So, that lady that I was talking to, she was telling me that she doesn't know why they do it the way they do it. Well, that officer yesterday was telling me that I should have done it the way that I was trying to do it. Not the way that this 911 dispatch lady was saying. I'm still here at the Starbucks. The cops could show up here so that I can identify the person who stole my phone. It's called collecting evidence. It's basic police work. That officer last night, it wasn't that I wasn't trying to get a hold of them before I was able to get a hold of that officer. It's that I didn't have a way to get a hold of them before I got a hold of that officer. Now, I was trying to use my Google to get a hold of them. It just wouldn't work. And then last night, well, last night was probably their last chance to do something about it because now it's off. The lady had access to everything that I was saying to people on Facebook because it's automatically hooked into my Facebook and my Gmail. All she had to do was ask for a password reset. Now her and I are both locked out of my Gmail account. Meanwhile, I can't gain access to my Gmail account without that telephone number because it has to verify that it's me. The things that I needed were a quiet place to work. I mean, I need to be able to actually talk about rape and murder because that's the stuff that we're contending with here. When serial killers go out killing, they start off with killing homeless people. That's number one on the list. Number two is prostitutes. Number three is children that they have easy access to. Number four is single mothers, and number five is hitchhikers, in that order. Serial killers victimize the homeless. The police victimize the homeless. You guys vilify the homeless. The homeless are worse than the police in your minds. The homeless are worse than serial killers in your minds. Prostitutes too. I know a lot of women who are prostitutes. They don't like the way that I told their stories because I didn't use the word prostitute. But a lot of the women that I know had to do some pretty immoral things. A lot of single mothers that I know did some immoral things to keep a roof over their children's head. I know a woman who is a nurse, a prostitute, and a mother at the same time. Her daughter got sick. She didn't have the money for insurance at the hospital that she fucking worked at. So I really don't expect the police to do a goddamn thing. That's the problem with having an arrest record. An arrest record is different from your conviction record. Your arrest record, every police officer has access to. It's every time you was ever arrested. Even if you were not guilty. Now, one of those things that goes up as a red flag is assaulting a police officer. I was charged with assaulting a police officer when Officer Lola Tai assaulted me. When Natalie first disappeared, I was trying to help find Natalie. When I found out she was dead, I was trying to help the officers. I was trying to help find her killer. I was trying to help keep her family safe. Keep Shelly safe. Keep Alicia safe. Keep Rose safe. Even though I'm pissed off at them. Even though they attacked my character and pretended like I would do such heinous things because they just didn't want to admit to their drug problems. Between admitting to their drug problems and destroying an innocent man's life, well, it's not their life, right? So it must not mean anything. He's homeless. Ryan, when he got unhomeless because his mama helped him. You don't get unhomeless on your own. You just don't. I've had a lot of people claim it. A lot of people who I saw get up and out. And they didn't do it alone. There was nothing even close to approaching by themselves. Not even one of them. Now, there's James Golden. He kind of sort of did so. He was living in a vehicle. But he never really got up and out, and he always was dependent on other people. Roommates, road dogs, whatever. So right now I'm burning daylight. Kinga sent me some money. It's enough to get me some gas to get somewhere. I might be able to go see Jeremy. It might not be enough gas money to get there, but it might be enough. And he's got a room. I don't know how I'm going to make an income there, but if he can hold me for 2 weeks, not literally hold me, but it shouldn't take longer than 2 weeks in a safe environment to start making money with drawing or something. I hate drawing now. It reminds me of Natalie. And I think about how she's dead and it makes me sad. Every day it makes me sad. I was forced to do desperate shit because the cops wouldn't help. The cops didn't care because I wasn't a pretty girl. They refused to even acknowledge the fact that I could ever possibly be a victim. Meanwhile, you can see the same mentality happening on Miss Natalie's Facebook when she calls me a stalker there that I had to deal with when I was called a stalker in Virginia. Brett Roloff, he can vouch for the shit that happened in Virginia. And for why I didn't want to go back there afterwards. I didn't want to be anywhere near her family. I thought they were all in Virginia. I was in Colorado to be away from them. I drove 1,700 miles to get away from them. But their bullshit followed me. Now there's a lot of people who I speak out about who previously I had just let go. Candace, I had let go while I was in Virginia. I can't deal with her fucking shitty opinions. So Candace, I let go of in Virginia. My dad, I let go of in Virginia. Miss Jerry let me go in Virginia. And when she let me go, I let go of her whole clan. I'm not going to have them ganging up on me like that. That's cruelty. They made a racist post. I spoke up about it because that's not okay. Black people are people too. And it's fucked up. Because no matter what, when you need an officer to do their job, you know they're not gonna. You got that red flag there on your arrest record that says you're an enemy of the Brotherhood of Police and their bullshit. The blue line of bullshit ain't a joke. I got evidence from several officers who admit that. They call it the blue line of silence. They also call it professional courtesy. When an officer pulls over another officer for breaking the law, they can give them professional courtesy, basically letting them get away with it because they're a fellow officer. Sometimes they don't get that professional courtesy. And they don't like that. There's videos of that on YouTube too. Officers who were busted drunk driving and thought they should be given professional courtesy. There's even a few of them of officers who were given professional courtesy despite the fact they were too drunk to stand upright. And then those officers ended up getting arrested anyway because they were too mouthy. And they got busted because they had more than just alcohol on them or in them. One of them officers, it was methamphetamines. One of them officers, it was cocaine. The things I've been talking about, the things that happened to Teresa Mycelia, I had been talking about that same exact scenario on my Facebook. It's documented on my Facebook. Other scenarios where that same thing happened. I made sure that even though the police wouldn't document it, I made sure that I did. Now, a lot of times police officers call me when I don't have access to two phones to record what it is that they're saying. So I don't get to record it. But I recorded these people for a reason. It's because these people knew the truth and didn't come forward. They should have. But they spoke to me, and when I recorded it, it helps to show that truth. Helps to show that I made every effort possible to try to keep those people safe, not harm them. And try to force them to allow me to defend myself in court. To help me, please, to defend myself against Alicia Bollinger. To cross-examine her. To get a protection order against them. To get an honest day in court. I don't need help from alcoholics. I'd love for your help, but you're not helpful. The alcohol prevents it. I don't want help from crazy fucking wingnuts who should probably be wearing tinfoil hats so that everybody knows how fucking crazy they are. I need actual help getting an actual lawyer. And I need to go after all of these police officers for all of the evidence that I've lost. Do you know why? Because all of these officers were negligent in not collecting that evidence. Every single one of them. It's not their job. It's not their job. It's their job when Alicia and her fucking cronies want to fucking come at me. But it's not their job for a year and a half before that. When they're coming at me, that's because they had support. They had people who went in with them. I didn't have that support. I didn't have that help. I had pretty fucking words. I'm literally being assaulted over these fucking bullshit rumors. And I've got people pretending like I'm the fucking predator. Like I would go hurting people. Fuck all of you. Help me get an honest day in fucking court or fucking kill me. Help me force the cops to do their fucking jobs. Help to free up some of the money that's used to oppress the homeless. And help free that money up to actually put away actual rapists. Help to use that money for an education. Help to free up some of that money for battered women's shelters. And shelters for single mothers. So they can keep their kids instead of going homeless and having their kids go into the system and be force-fed drugs like me. When your family doesn't give a shit, the government does whatever they want. And those facilities are government facilities. All of them. Even the private facilities are government run. Or supposedly government regulated. Who's going to regulate it? They call you mentally ill, and they can do whatever they want to you. They can beat you, they can rape you, they can drug you. Because they called you mentally ill. Because you're trying to make a report against bad police officers. Fuck this goddamn country.